I did not want nothing. I just wanted to come. I know it's been a couple days since we had some conversations, so I just wanted to come live and see what y'all was up to on this good old Tuesday. I'm just going for a walk, give me some vitamin D in. I did want to talk about this topic though. I hope y'all can hear me. I did want to talk about this topic though that I've been seeing in my cars lately about people staying in unhappy relationships just because of history or just because they have kids together. I'm seeing a lot of people doing that. No matter what sign you are, I've been seeing a lot of people doing that. So I wanted to come on here and say, you don't need to stay in an unhappy relationship just because you have a kid with somebody or just because you've been with that person for 10 years or more, or even 2 years, 3 years. Because sometimes people even think like a year is a long time, or you commit yourself to somebody after like a year or 2 years. You're like, okay, we made it to a year. I don't see myself going somewhere, but along the way, during that year, you guys have had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of breakups. You knew that you were not compatible when you got with that person. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I'm not judging y'all, I'm not perfect. But I'm just saying, I feel like you make your life a little harder when you stay in relationships or situationships that you know you have no business being in, just to say that you were with this person, or just to say that you're loyal, or to say that y'all was in a committed relationship. I feel like it's just not smart. It's just not, like, you do a lot of harm and damage to yourself when you do stuff like that. It's plain, it's fine. Okay, that plane was fine. Yeah, when you stay in unhappy relationships, you do a lot of harm and damage to your own mental. When you're staying in stuff like that, you keep your own self stuck, you keep your own self trapped. And then it take a lot of time to heal from that stuff. So the advice and message of the day, y'all, is to make sure that you're not staying in things that you know you have no business being in anyways. And I feel like y'all can't hear me. Make sure you're not staying in stuff that you know you have no business staying in. The first red flag, consider yourself done. The first red flag you see, consider yourself finished or done with that situation. Because at the end of the day, the only thing you do is cause yourself even more harm, ignoring signs. Signs are there. The signs are always going to be there. And the signs play a really big role in where your mental goes or where your future lies. Like, people be like, okay, it's just a little sign, I'm going to ignore it. But what you don't understand is when you ignore those signs, even if it's the first slightest sign in a person. For example, if you're dating somebody and they call you out your name, for example, I mean, that's a sign. Instead of making excuses for the person, like, oh, they just talk like that, or oh, he was just mad, or oh, she was just mad. No. At that point, they're showing you their character at that point. And that's called a sign. So sometimes when we ignore the signs, and then later on when we find ourselves stuck in situations because we ignored the signs, that's normally what happens. So I just simply want to say, when you're dating somebody, especially when it's fresh within those first couple of months or weeks, you really have to make sure that you're paying attention to those signs and paying attention to people, because people can portray to be somebody that they're not. And then, or they could, sometimes people hide stuff really good too. But there are always signs, y'all. There are always signs. Most likely, most like 90% of the time, there are signs there. You just have to educate yourself on what those signs look like and what those type of people look like. Especially when you first start dating, y'all. Make sure you're aware. It's called self-awareness. And don't let nobody make you feel bad about wanting to not talk to them in the very beginning anyways. Don't let nobody make y'all feel bad about not wanting to continue on the friendship or whatever it is. Even with situationships, y'all, you just gotta be careful. Because today's dating is not what it used to be. So you can meet one person and they mess up your whole life. Hey Jason, you can meet one person and they mess up your whole entire life if you allow them to, though. It's only if you allow them. So the message of the day is don't ignore the signs. I'm in Houston. How's it going in Fort Worth? How's the weather there? Today is pretty sunny. I think it's in the 80s today. So y'all, like I said, don't ignore those signs. Don't ignore those red flags in people. Because when you ignore those red flags, you always end. The signs that you ignore in the beginning are always the signs that you pay for in the end. I promise you, I know it. And it's no judgies. I'm not judging y'all or anything like that, but just take it from me. I'm trying to save y'all from that heartbreak, save y'all from those tears, save y'all from that crying you might be doing over somebody. Just take it from me the first time. Take the advice. And I promise you that'll save y'all. I just wanted to get on here and just ramble, that's all. And do a little exercise while I'm doing so. Just a little rambling. That's what I need to be doing. That's what I need to be doing, running. I need to be running too. What y'all up to? There's so many of y'all on here. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, y'all. This is a nice wind too. All these planes. It is such a beautiful day out here. Beautiful day. Sometimes you just gotta sit in silence. Did y'all meditate today? Jason, you never told me how the weather was in Fort Worth. I can imagine it's sunny like it is here, not too hot. Dang, y'all quiet today. Y'all is quiet today. Just a little bit of nature, nothing major, y'all. I went live and did a reading yesterday. Or was that last night? Yeah. Last night for all signs. Hey y'all, I see y'all. Happy Tuesday. I just wanted to come on here and say hey to y'all. I'm about to get ready to start back exercising.